Rain again greeted the sailors as they headed for the start line for the second day of Skandia Cowes Week, but at least there was wind, a shifty southwesterly which got up to force 6 at times in the western Solent. Unusually, the race committee decided to send the white group fleets starting on the inner line to the east, while the black group fleets on the outer line went off to the west. With a strong flood tide, all the white group fleets wanted to start at the outer end of the line by Alpha Buoy. The SB3s were first away, and again they avoided a general recall. Ian Williams, sailing Team Pindar, got a good start at the buoy and immediately jibed out to head into the strongest tide and clearest air. Yesterday's winners, 3 sad old blokes, were flying the leader's pink spinnaker, but they came second today, behind Team Pindar. Every start on the inner line saw boats underestimating the tide and finding themselves swept past it on the wrong side of the buoy. Inevitably, there was lots of shouting and frayed tempers as boats tried to muscle in at the outer end. Some boats hit the buoy and some tried to do a penalty turn, forgetting that these aren't allowed in this regatta. The Seaview Mermaids were designed 101 years ago, and they're still going strong in their distinctive individual colour schemes. They're one of the popular classic dayboat fleets that makes Cowes Week special, and today they were enjoying good racing right from the off. Cynthia, sailed by Benfew Brown, took the win today just 9 seconds ahead of John Sandiford Hayes' Sheen, with Anthony Ward and Anthony Eaton's Dragonfly in third. The black clinker hulls of the Victory class are another evocative sight amongst the dayboats. Today, the 13-boat fleet was led home by John Tremlett and Jeremy Lear's Zinnia, which scored a 1-minute 9-second win over Jeff and Sarah Dixon's Zelia, with John Scam's Zephyr another 34 seconds astern. The venerable X1 design fleet is second only to the SB3s in size, with 80 entries. Today was their first day of starting on the squadron line, and it was nice to see them here rather than away on a committee boat start, as they're always a favourite of the spectators. By the time of their start, the tide was turning against them, but the outer end was still favoured by many, as they faced a long run across the Solent to a buoy off Lee Point. Despite the crush, only 2 were called OCS. The X's aren't the fastest of day boats, but they give the sailors a lot of fun, and they are an intensely competitive class, with many venerable sailors continuing to race X's into their 80s. Today the fleet was led home, not for the first time, by ex-Olympian Stuart Jardine in Lone Star, which was OCS yesterday. Lone Star was followed home just 26 seconds later by Simon Russell and Darren Maple's Swallow. Alistair Evans and Kim Slater's Caperini was third. The Red Wings are the most distinctive of classes with their red sails and tall narrow mainsails. They've got a 31-boat fleet racing, and the action can get pretty intense at times. It certainly did at the Fastnet Insurance Buoy, where Quintessence and Avocet had a coming together, which resulted in Quintessence breaking its mast. Goose avoided problems and led the fleet home by just 3 seconds from Lady Letitia, with Skewer coming in third. The Squibs are another red-sailed boat, and this popular class has got 39 boats racing in this regatta. Squib 13, Aquabat, is the oldest boat racing. It's celebrating its 40th birthday this year, which makes the boat 28 years older than her helmsman, 12-year-old Fred Warren Smith. Fred was a race winner here when he was only 10, and he's just returned from Guadeloupe, where he represented the Isle of Wight in the Island Games. Fred finished 5th today, with Ghost Rider getting the gun ahead of Saskia 5, with Pani Munter in 3rd. John Mander and his son Rupert, who's the helmsman of Men Behaving Badly, dominated the Flying 15 class in last year's regatta, and they've started this year in the same style. They won yesterday, and today they scored a second win, with a good lead over local sailor and builder Gavin Tappenden in Flux. Mike Boll and Gil McCutcheon were 3rd in Faraha, but the rest of a 12-boat fleet may be resigned to following Men Behaving Badly around the course each day. The Extreme Forties were in action again today, in winds that saw all of the fleet sailing with the reef in their mains, but still achieving phenomenal speeds around the short windward leeward 2-lap course. The fleet was without Team Aqua, which has retired from the series after their capsize and broken mast yesterday, but the remaining 9 boats put on a great show as they completed 6 races. Oman's Sail was forced to retire for the day after being rammed at the leeward mark of the first race by Bulba Ocean Race, which broke the Omani's tiller bar and cracked the rear beam. Alingi came out on top today with 3 wins, 2 seconds and a 5th, and they sit at the top of the leaderboard, 12 points clear of Holmatro, with Frank Camus's BMW Oracle Racing another point behind in 3rd. Team Origin is only another point behind in 4th, so there'll be a 3-way fight for 2nd in tomorrow's final day, when the organisers will be trying to get 8 races in to complete the scheduled programme. The sailing was a bit more gentle over at the squadron finish line, where the black group classes were running against the tide close inshore along the green. This is a classic Cowes Week sight, which all the spectators enjoy, as all the classes arrived mixed together to fight their way to the line. Join us tomorrow for more Cowes Week action and news from the final day of the Cowes round of the iShares Cup.